So today we're looking at this. This is Ormus, or as the company puts it, let me check my notes, times 12 Ormus Monatomic Gold. Now I don't have a clue what the times 12 is. I tried to look for the life of me and I could not figure that out. I just want to jump in real fast because I actually forgot while I was recording. I have to disclose to you that this was given to me by the company, but all of the things that I'm saying in this video are completely my opinion. This is not a product that its main focus is on health benefits from a material level, but more of a deep-rooted understanding about the power of manifestation, and it goes a lot deeper than that versus your regular supplement. So first I'm going to start talking about the things that I can quantify, like the presentation of the box, some things about that, what's included, flavor, my opinion about that, and then we'll get into maybe some of the details about what is monatomic gold and why is it something that you might be interested in incorporating in your life. So from a presentation standpoint, this thing gets an A+. Why? Because the box is beautifully decorated, and according to the label over here, RMI EMF shielded box. That's so the Wi-Fi doesn't stick it here to damage the goods. And plus there's affirmative messages talking about the well, I'll say that for you, but it talks about elevating consciousness and a little bit about that. It does also include a custom necklace for you. Now, I know from other reviews that this is not going to be the exact same thing for every single person. In my case, I got citrite, and it gives you a little bit of a message about what specifically citrite is good for. This is a little funny nuance, but it came specifically in my case, so I figured I'd share it anecdotally. But when I took this out for the first time and I put it inside and I closed my box up, the magnets didn't fully close it off, meaning the Wi-Fi's were sneaking back in. So if, I say that in jest. Looking at the bottle, metal. Absolutely beautiful bottle that doubles down on the idea of it having gold inside of it. As for dosing and taste, the dosing is 10 drops from this dropper right there, the little white liquid, and or as the thing suggests, 3 dropper fulls. When they say dropper, they're talking about quarter away. That is what they say on there. And the idea is you're supposed to be taking it about 15 minutes before doing meditation or yoga, something like that. Okay, so the flavor. What are you going to expect from this? It's not bad. I mean, it doesn't have much of a flavor to it. It's a little bit of a saltiness, but it's not that big of a deal. I would say that any regular person should have no problem just drinking this straight, exactly as it is. Now let's talk about the blend of ingredients in this. Now, when you look at the back, you're pretty much going to see just electrolytes. The thing that makes this go beyond that is the 24 karat gold. The monoatomic gold in this is the thing that really sets it apart. It makes it different from a lot of nutraceuticals because that's an ingredient that you're not going to usually hear when you're looking into supplementation. And that's because this product is more based around the philosophy of alchemy. And as the people on the box say, this is made from alchemists. Now, I'm not going to be able to make any claims specifically either way. I don't have any way to validate this. I want to try to be as informative as I can with this, right? So why would you want to take monoatomic gold? Well, it has a very interesting story, and it all comes down to this idea about, just like how they market on their box, about raising consciousness, right? So this goes to the idea that we're light beings, and over time we've been kind of gunked up, and this is a kind of food for, I'm sure you've heard, if you're looking into something like this, the pineal gland. And there's a lot of talk about it being calcified and stuff like that, and this being the food for the pineal gland. And there's a lot of claims that people say that they helps them with lucid dreaming and some other stuff. That's why there's such a big focus on focus, because awareness and concentration improve naturally when you're like elevating your consciousness. Now, this is actually a pretty complex topic, and I don't really think that I'm going to be able to do you justice on me explaining this, because this is something that I've been studying for years, and I still don't know if I fully understand it, but there's a lot of conviction in a lot of people, and they're saying that things like being able to remember their dreams more vividly, being able to have more lucid dreams in general, I know that's always something that I've kind of seek, and I do believe that there is a lot out there that we don't fully understand. Now, I'm not saying that there's a panacea that makes everything better overnight, or just by taking this in however many doses over the course of your life, this is going to dramatically change on its own. I think that everything comes in a balance, and I think that there is a lot of things that we can do to improve. In terms of this, my personal experience, I haven't had any dramatic experiences, but I haven't been doing it for that long of a time either. So, take that for what that is. I think it's very fascinating about the science that's been done on it so far, and some of the people researching this specifically, what they have to say. So I think that that is worth looking into. And I've got nothing bad to say about this company. I can tell that they have a lot of consideration on all of the things. It's very congruent. Having it in a metal bottle, having it in a EMF protective case, because there is a lot of concerns and considerations that goes into that. So I think as a company, they 100% mean well, and whether or not the efficacy of how much it's actually doing, I just don't have those instruments to be able to prove. But I can say that I didn't have any adverse effects. The flavor is perfectly fine, and I'm very curious to see where this goes.